What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. College basketball Saturday. It's a massive day. We got dozens of games, some big ones in the mix as well. A little bit different format today. I'm just going to go warp speed, man. I'm just going to go rapid fire. I'm going to share the screen with you guys here in just a second, bring up the sports book, and I'm just going to get you in and get you out, get you my picks, send you on your way. I hope you appreciate that. Kind of doing this video last second here, late hours of the evening. But pretty much, guys, I know there's still some football left this season. We got the playoff with college football, and we got a lot of NFL left to go here. But for the most part, this channel will be transitioning to college hoops. So look forward to me giving you my predictions on college basketball every single game, every single day, for the most part, until football wraps up. So definitely subscribe to the channel. Drop a like on today's video. And before we run through the slate here, it's been a good little week here, guys. We're 4-3, up over a unit in college hoops. We're on an insane 7-week run in college football. Guys, it is a massive college football day as well. I know today's the basketball video, but I've already put out a video with all my college football picks for championship week. So feel free to check that out. I've already posted a video for NFL week 14, going over every single game going on this week in the NFL. Be sure to check that out as well. Had a nice little NFL Thursday, 1-0. Good start to the NFL for the week. If you want all my picks, guys, we got college hoops today. We got college football. We got NFL tomorrow. All this stuff is going on. It's a huge weekend. Get on the text list, guys. The link to my website, danspicks.net. It's right in the description of this video. You can get a week of picks if you want. Lock in a better unit price. Grab that month. And I can't recommend it enough to scroll back through my videos last year. If you're unfamiliar with just how good I am at college basketball, you can just scroll all the way through all my videos last year. The entire season is documented, just like all sports, guys. And as each day passes with college basketball, the sample size builds. We get more familiar with these teams. I just get sharper, more dialed in. The volume will increase. The unit size on these wagers will increase. It just ramps up. It's the same as football, baseball, whatever, guys. It's the same thing every year, every sport. Just absolutely cashing tickets, man. Of course, it's sports betting. Let's be realistic. There's going to be some losing tickets in the mix. I win a lot more than I lose. The proof's in the pudding. Everything's been documented. Let's go, guys. Let me bring up the sports book. Just such a big day, man. This is so exciting. A lot going on here. FanDuel, we're going to use FanDuel for this one. Let me share the screen. Where is the FanDuel tab? There it is. I put it in the back again. Let me just bump this up just a hair. And let's go. College basketball, man. And seriously, guys, this is not a sales pitch. The proof is in the pudding. Look at my numbers in sports betting. This is one of many massive weeks moving forward to where we just have a lot of stars aligning with college football, professional football, and college hoops. That is a lot of picks for what I charge, man. That is a lot. College basketball. Let's go. Let's go. Clemson, Miami. 4.5. I think I saw a 5.5 earlier today. Give me the points with Miami. I think they win the game outright. Look, Clemson just beat Kentucky, and I was on them. That was a premium pick for the text list this week. We bet on Clemson. We put over a unit on it. We cashed with absolute ease. It was a no-brainer there. Short line, highly ranked team versus non-ranked team on the road. I mean, just basic college basketball stuff here. Give me Miami plus the 4.5. I think they probably win the game outright. Nebraska, Michigan State. My gut wants me to take Nebraska, but I did fade Michigan State. I think I bet on Minnesota at home to maybe give these guys a run for their money, and they look strong. So I'm still going to take the points with Nebraska here. I think they might be able to remain competitive enough to get the cover here, but it makes me nervous. Boston College and Wake, absolutely no clue. The line looks very accurate to me. Providence and Rhode Island, give me Providence. Money line it. Don't lay the 1.5 on the road. Just go money line there at -125. Rutgers and Ohio State, a 5.5 point spread. I'll take the points. I think Ohio State wins the game, though. Princeton and Furman. Small spread, but the wrong team's favorite here. I'll go Furman money line at +112. UMass and basically UMass, Massachusetts there. I think that's Amherst. I don't know. Maybe that's a different university. I'm not familiar with these teams. I have no idea. Pass. Same with that game. Pass. South Florida. Well, I know those teams. The spread is 8.5. I mean, God, are we really going to lay it? Lay it. Incarnate world. Lay it. South Florida, Loyola, Chicago, 9.5. I wish this was like a 5 or a 6. I'm going to take the points with South Florida. Queens, VMI. Probably go VMI there. Give me the 2.5 points. Wright State, Detroit Mercy. I will lay the points with Wright State. Should be able to get the job done. UMBC and Towson. I'll lay the points with Towson. Wisconsin and Marquette. This one's tough. I think Wisconsin relies a lot on the home court. Marquette, man, they had a stretch there in that Iowa State game where I'm just like, this team is not good. It was at the end, they come all the way back, they tie the game, and then they just melt down. The good news for them, this is not a very hostile road Big 12 environment. You guys have got to realize in college basketball, Big 12 is the cream of the crop. That is not up for debate. So that was a really, really tough test for that Marquette team. It's early. I'm not going to put too much into it. I think they bounce back here. 6.5 feels a bit steep. But I think taking the points with Wisconsin just looks a little bit too easy. I'm going to go with Marquette here. I'm going to lay the points. Georgia Tech, UNC, an easy, comfortable win for UNC coming. I just don't know if it's going to be by 16 plus. I'll take the points with Georgia Tech. Southern Utah and Arizona, lay the points with Arizona, man. My West Virginia Mountaineers, I watched them beat Arizona. I saw the Arizona UNC game. I think they got some frustration they got to take out on a lesser opponent. Unfortunately for Southern Utah, that's them. Give me Arizona as long as it's under 30 points. I think you have to lay it. UTSA and Arkansas, I think you take the points. Another comfortable win. I just don't know if it's going to be by that margin. Pitt and Virginia Tech, man. Virginia Tech is getting 9.5 at home. Is that bait or is that like an easy wager? I mean, God, Virginia Tech's bad this year. I'm going to lay the points with Pitt. ECU, South Carolina, I'll take the points with ECU. Iowa and Michigan, I will take the points with Iowa, and I was all over Michigan I was getting 3.5 the other night, but I was pretty much calling for the upset over, who is it? Was it Wisconsin? I don't know. I was on Michigan the other day. I'm not a Michigan hater. Give me Iowa and the points. Northern Kentucky and IUPUI. No idea. I think that spread is right on. I would not bet that one. Marshall, UNC Wilmington. Marshall is a home court team. I'll lay it. South Dakota, Northern Arizona. Wrong team, probably favorite here. I'll go Northern Arizona money line at plus 100. Double your money up. Tennessee Tech and West Georgia. No clue. Same thing though. I'll go with West Georgia here. I'm going to take the 2.5 though. Morgan State, Bowling Green. No clue. Lehigh and Dayton. I'll take the points with Lehigh. Just wish that game was at home. Western Kentucky, Evansville. I'll lay it. I'll lay it with Western Kentucky. Central Connecticut State and Holy Cross. Boy, that line looks very fishy. They're coming off a decent upset, a pretty big upset, you could argue. I'll go Holy Cross, but I'm going to take the 2.5 points. I do think they win the game outright, though. Navy and NJIT. I mean, it just looks like bait. I'm gonna go with that minus 102 right there. That one right there. North Carolina Central, Gardner Webb, absolutely no clue. Lafayette College and Mercyhurst, again, no clue. Vermont and Yale, 8.5. Yale couldn't even get by Rhode Island the other day. I'm going to take the points with Vermont, but Yale's going to win that game for sure. Tulane and George Mason, I will go. Is Tulane really this bad? 14.5. It's got to be low-hanging fruit. I'm going to lay it. I got to see it from Tulane, man. They look bad. New Orleans and Nichols. I'll take the points here. Nichols laying 11.5 to New Orleans? No. I'll take the points. Oakland, Youngstown State. I'm going to go Oakland on the money line here at minus 105. That's a pretty good home court advantage, though, for Youngstown State in that one. Travel and all sorts of stuff there. Should be a pretty good crowd. I always like that school. They used to be a non-conference game scheduled for West Virginia often in football. So just kind of familiar with the university. Usually pretty good athletics. UNC Greensboro, North Carolina A&T. Absolutely no idea. Loyola, Maryland, Delaware State. I'm going to go money line. I'm not going to lay the 2.5, but I like him to get the dub. Drexel and Penn. I guess I'll take the points with Penn. Virginia, SMU. SMU is laying 9.5 over Virginia. I'm going to take the points with Virginia. Southern University and Tulsa, I don't know. Southern Indiana, Southern Illinois, I don't know there either. USC Upstate, Western Carolina, 8.5. 8.5 feels a bit steep, but I really don't know about that one. I wish I could give you guys better opinions. A lot of these games are kind of blah. I know it's Saturday, it's a big slate, but we're not in conference play. It's not like we have a massive Saturday of just Big 12 matchups and Big 10 matchups and ACC matchups. A lot of these games are kind of trash, to be honest. Montana and St. Thomas, I will take the points, maybe even a money line sprinkle. Middle Tennessee and Belmont, I'll go Belmont here. I'm going to look at the money line, minus 170. I don't care. Juicy, who gives a crap? Do you like cash-in tickets or no? I don't want to lay points at Belmont. I think they get the win, though. Washington State, Boise State, just based on the current status of Boise State's university and all the stuff going on with the football team, I'll take the points with Washington State. A little bit distracted there. Stanford and Cal, I'm going to go with Stanford. Give me the 2.5. That's going to be there should be a 2-point game. So I'll take the 2.5 points. GW and Old Dominion. I'll take the points with Old Dominion. But I do think they lose the game. Florida State, NC State, wrong team favored. I mean, NC State's laying 4.5 to Florida State. No, I'm going to take the points with Florida State. UNLV and Creighton. I'll take the points with UNLV just based on principle, man. I was all over Creighton to get over Kansas the other day, and I'm not laying double digits with a team that stormed the court, man. I can't do it. I'll take the points with UNLV. If Creighton just rolls the momentum forward, it wouldn't shock me at all. That's college basketball. Just based on principle, you're coming off a monster win. I can't lay double-digit points with you. Seattle and UTEP, no idea. Some crappy games there. Crappy little stretch. Hawaii laying 5.5. That actually is kind of tempting to me. Long Beach State's not a good team. I'll lay it with Hawaii. I think they're going to get some wins here shortly in the near future with their schedule. Morehead State and Ohio, I'll lay it. SF Austin, I'm going to go ahead and lay it with the other team. Northwestern State, Houston Christian, no idea on that one. Idaho, Oregon State. I mean, a lot of these games are crazy, man. Again, this is a comfortable win for Oregon State. They're going to win the game. It's tough to play in Corvallis. 15.5. I wish this was like a 9.5. I'm going to take the points with Idaho. Grambling State and Pepperdine. I'm going to go Grambling here. I'm going to go money line, plus 116. Denver, Portland State. I'll lay it. Butler and Houston. That's bait. Butler's a good team. 16.5 looks awfully tempting versus a Houston team that I thought would be better than they've looked so far. I think they get up for this one, though. Afternoon game down there in Texas. I'll lay the points with Houston. Texas Southern, Sam Houston State. I'll lay it. Lamar. That's not enough points. I'm going to go ahead and lay it. USC and Washington. USC, man, the other night I was so close to sending out a text to the client list. USC catching a few points against Oregon. Just Oregon coming off the big trip, overachieving. USC pretty much covers or is winning the entire game, and they give it away at the end. That's a brutal beat. I'm glad I did not bet it. That is a bad team. I'll lay it with Washington. Washington minus 5.5. Northern Illinois, Northern Iowa. I'll lay it, man. I'll lay the 17.5. St. Mary's and Utah. Home court advantage here. I'm going to go money line. Nice juicy minus 162. I think Utah gets the W. Fresno State and Santa Clara. Probably going to lay it here, man. I'll lay the 15.5. Coastal, Winthrop. No idea. That spread looks very, very accurate. Pacific and Illinois State. I will lay the 7.5 with Illinois State. East Tennessee State and Wichita State. I think I'll take the 6.5. I think that's going to be a pretty competitive game. North Florida, Georgia Southern here, basically a pick 'em. I'm going to go North Florida on the money line. Central Arkansas, Arkansas Pine Bluff. Don't bet that game. I don't know how people have interest in some of these lesser games. It's just crazy. There's so much going on. All the college football today, a full slate of NFL tomorrow, all these college basketball games, and people want like concrete, like effort put into opinions on games like fucking dog shit state versus shit university. Like, you people have got to stop watching these low end games. There's no it's a joke. It is a joke. It's unpredictable as you could possibly get. I don't care what anybody says. I'll die on that hill. You got to stick to Power 5, Power 4 now. You got to stick to the better conferences, man. At least the decent ones. I know the Mountain West and some other conferences in college basketball are a little bit more respectable than in football, but for the most part, stay away from god-awful programs. It's just a waste of time. There's so much information that you have to digest in this industry. There's no brain space. You just can't have the brain power to be looking at these crappy games. Wofford and Elon, pass. Eastern Washington and South Dakota State, pass. LaSalle and St. Joseph's, interesting game. I'm going to take the points with LaSalle. That line looks very fishy. I thought it would have been like an 8.5. Lindenwood, Ole Miss, 31.5 point spread. Waste of fucking time. I'll lay it with Ole Miss. Colorado State and Colorado. I got to go Colorado State here. I'll take the 1.5. This line makes no sense to me. I think Colorado's the better team. They're at home and they lost last year. How is it so cheap? How is it so cheap? You could almost do a pick 'em on the money line. That's just too easy. It's too easy. I'll go Colorado State. Give me the 1.5. Northern Colorado, South Dakota State. I'm going to go Northern Colorado. I think, it's a small spread, but I think the wrong team has the plus. I think the plus and the minus should be switched. I think North Colorado should be the small favorite here. I'm going to look at that money line, plus 100. Double your money on North Colorado. Alcorn State, Oklahoma, a joke of a game. Cal Poly, I'll take Cal Poly at home, plus 102 on the money line. Indiana State, Missouri State, I'll go minus 170 on the money line with the home team. Oral Roberts, Idaho State, I'll lay it with the home team. Santa Barbara, UC Davis, give me the 3.5. I want the points there. Weber State, laying 2.5. Money line, I'll go minus 142. I think they get the W. I don't want to lay points in that situation. Fullerton and Riverside. I don't know. Is this really going to be competitive? I'm going to go Riverside in that one. Nevada, Loyola Marymount. I'm going to lay it with Nevada. New Mexico State, New Mexico. Nice rivalry here. I'll lay the points, though. I mean, just because it's a rivalry doesn't mean the game is going to be close. These teams are pretty far apart. I'll lay the 19.5. Utah Tech, Utah State, pass. No idea. UMKC and Montana State. Give me the points. I think that game's pretty competitive. Not sure about that one. Kentucky, Gonzaga. Wow, this is up to a 6.5. I think it was a 4.5. I saw a 5.5 earlier. It's up to a 6.5. 6.5. Kentucky getting 6.5. Is 6.5 enough to take with Kentucky? You know, they're off that Clemson game. It's ridiculous that they're ranked 4. They're not a top 10 team in the country. Kentucky is not even close to top 10. 6.5. I mean, we're starting to get up there. We're starting to creep into like, okay, let's calm down area. 6.5. I still can't do it. I will lay the 6.5 with Gonzaga. I think to take a shot on Kentucky here, I think I'd need at least an 8.5. An 8.5 or a 9. Somewhere close to double digits I would need with Kentucky. Forget the numbers next to teams, guys. It's still early in the year. And Kentucky, they just got a little ways to go. Gonzaga, they dropped some games to my Mountaineers. They lost to West Virginia. So I think they kind of go on a nice little stretch here. Nice big opponent. Watch them have a nice strong outing against a good Baylor team earlier this year. I think this one's a little bit closer to that. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll lay the 6.5 with Gonzaga. Just beware that you've missed, the better number, a 4.5, a 5.5. Those are better numbers than now. So if you want Gonzaga, grab it. San Diego State, 24.5 points. I'll take the points with San Diego, but I don't love that game. That's quite a Saturday, guys. That is quite a Saturday. I will say it is a lot of games, but there's a lot of fluff in there. I'd say there's maybe 10 or 12 that are really good, solid games worth betting on. Of course, I've already sent out a couple to the client list. I'll probably be adding some more. There's been college football sent out. I'll probably be adding some more. There's been NFL already sent out, and I'll definitely be adding more. It's going to be a huge, huge Sunday. My main focus all week has been the NFL this week. So take it for what it is, guys. Again, link to my website in the description of the video, danspicks.net. It's a no-brainer. Huge weekend, man. A lot going on, a lot of money to be made. Let me know, guys. What are your favorite college basketball picks? I want to know in the comments. I always reply to your guys' comments down in there. Again, drop a like on the video and subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you in the next video.